Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about two words that have the power to shape your life: no excuses. We've all been there, caught in a cycle of I can't because or it's not the right time. But I'm here to remind you of something profound. You are the author of your own story. No one else holds the pen. No one else decides how your journey unfolds but you. Excuses are nothing more than stories we tell ourselves to justify staying in our comfort zones. But here's the truth: your comfort zone is not your forever zone. It's the place where dreams go to rest, not to rise. When we let go of excuses, we step into our power. We stop waiting for the stars to align and we start aligning ourselves with the stars. And think about this. Every great achievement in history began with someone who refused to let an excuse hold them back. Vujicic, our guiding inspiration, could have let her circumstances define her. She could have said, "I'm just a girl from Mississippi, born into poverty." But instead she said, "I am more than my circumstances, and so are you." When you decide to make no excuses, you're telling the world, "I am unstoppable." It doesn't matter how big the mountain is, you're ready to climb it. It doesn't matter how loud the doubters are, you're louder. So today I challenge you to take an honest look at your life. Where have you let excuses hold you back? What dreams have you put on the shelf because you convinced yourself you weren't ready? Now is the time to pick them up, dust them off, and say no more excuses. Because here's the thing: you don't need perfect conditions. You don't need every answer. You don't need anyone's permission. All you need is the courage to begin. So go out there and start living like the world is waiting for you, because it is. Excuses are the enemy of growth because they create invisible barriers that keep us from reaching our true potential. Every time we make an excuse, we are essentially giving ourselves permission to stay exactly where we are, rather than pushing forward into unknown and challenging territory. While excuses might feel like protective shields against failure or discomfort, they are often just walls that we build to protect ourselves from the effort and vulnerability that growth requires. Growth is inherently uncomfortable, and excuses allow us to avoid that discomfort, but at the cost of progress and self-discovery. When we rely on excuses, we give external factors power over our lives. We might blame our circumstances, lack of time, or lack of resources for not pursuing our goals. However, the truth is, every successful person has faced challenges and limitations. What separates those who grow and succeed from those who don't is the willingness to find solutions instead of excuses. A person who refuses to make excuses will see obstacles not as reasons to stop, but as opportunities to learn, adapt, and grow stronger. Excuses also reinforce a fixed mindset. When we tell ourselves, "I can't do this because I'm not good enough," or "this isn't the right time," we're convincing ourselves that our abilities and circumstances are set in stone. In reality, growth comes from a belief in the possibility of change. By eliminating excuses, we open the door to resilience and adaptability, traits that are essential for personal and professional development. Excuses keep us stuck in a cycle of inaction, but growth demands action, imperfect, messy, and brave action. It's important to recognize that excuses often stem from fear. Fear of failure, fear of the need to rationalize why we're not taking action. When we let fear dictate our choices, we limit ourselves. Fear becomes the gatekeeper of our growth, and excuses are the keys that keep us locked out of the life we want to live. Overcoming excuses requires us to confront these fears head-on, to acknowledge them without allowing them to control us. Another way that excuses hinder growth is by preventing us from taking responsibility for our lives. Growth requires accountability, acknowledging that while we can't control everything, we do have the power to choose our responses and actions. Excuses shift that responsibility away from us and onto external factors, leaving us powerless to create meaningful change. Taking ownership of our choices and refusing to make excuses is a powerful step toward becoming the person we aspire to be. In addition, Excuses drain our energy and focus. The mental effort it takes to justify inaction or procrastination could instead be directed toward solving problems and taking steps toward our goals. Excuses cloud our vision and prevent us from seeing opportunities that could lead to growth. By choosing to let go of excuses, we free up mental space and emotional energy to fully commit to the process of self-improvement and transformation. Your comfort zone is not your forever zone because it is a space where growth and progress stagnate. It may feel safe and familiar, but it is also limiting, preventing you from realizing your full potential. The comfort zone offers predictability and routine, which can be comforting, but it rarely challenges you to stretch beyond what you already know. Growth, on the other hand, happens outside of this bubble in the spaces where uncertainty and challenge reside. When you remain in your comfort zone for too long, you risk becoming complacent, settling for less than what you are capable of achieving. Stepping outside your comfort zone can feel intimidating because it means leaving behind what is familiar. The mind often clings to the known, even if it is not ideal because the unknown feels risky. However, the unknown is where transformation begins. Every new skill, opportunity, and achievement starts with a willingness to step into discomfort and embrace the challenges that come with it. Discomfort is not a sign that you're failing. It is a sign that you're growing. When you push through the initial unease of trying something new, you expand your capabilities and open doors to possibilities you may never have imagined. The comfort zone is also deceptive because it gives the illusion of control. You might feel as though staying within its boundaries protects you from failure, but in reality, it prevents you from learning and adapting. True control comes from resilience, the ability to face challenges and adapt to change, and that resilience is built by venturing beyond the confines of your comfort zone. When you avoid risks, you miss the opportunity to develop the strength and confidence that come from overcoming obstacles. Another drawback of the comfort zone is that it can create a sense of dissatisfaction over time. While it might feel good in the moment to avoid challenges, this avoidance can lead to a nagging feeling that you are not living up to your potential. The longer you stay in the comfort zone, the harder it becomes to leave, and the more you risk settling for a life that feels incomplete or unfulfilled. Growth requires action, and action often means stepping into unfamiliar territory. When you push past the boundaries of your comfort zone, you begin to discover your true capabilities. You may surprise yourself with what you can achieve when you face your fears and take risks. Each step outside of the comfort zone builds confidence and opens up new opportunities for learning and development. You start to see challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles, and this shift in perspective empowers you to keep moving forward. It is also important to recognize that the comfort zone is not static, it can expand as you grow. What once felt intimidating can become familiar and manageable over time, allowing you to take on even greater challenges. Each time you step out of your comfort zone, you redefine its boundaries, making the impossible feel possible and the difficult feel achievable.